Okay, I'm doing some gouache color studies, and this color is the Quin Magenta, Lemon Yellow, a little white blended in, and then here I added some Prussian Blue. That's the Quin and Magenta and Lemon Yellow right there, and I should point with my paintbrush. This is white with, that's these three colors mixed together with Prussian Blue with white. So I'm doing some tests with my gouache. I have my gouache on this paint palette paper on top of a white clipboard because Frankie gets up here every afternoon. He wants to spend time with me, and I can quickly pick up the paint clipboard and put it over there on top of my carts where it's safe-ish. I'll have to clean some stuff so it's safer. But what I'm trying to do is I looked at a bunch of seed pods online today. This is the Magnolia grandiflora. It's a southern magnolia, and the colors are pretty true to this photo. I'm sure this photo is enhanced. I've posted links to this photo before. I'll post it again in the description, the book. And I think this color here is going to be pretty close. I can experiment with adding a little bit more pink or a little bit more white. And this actually isn't all that far off from, I thought I was going to have to dig out my tube of vermilion, but this is pretty close to the color of the berries. So next up, what I'm planning to do is make some texture swatches. I want to capture the way the velvet looks. My final stitched piece will not look like this photo. It will be the essence of that seed pod. The essence of a Magnolia grandiflora seed pod, to be exact. So I'm going to be making it three-dimensional. Been studying the pods on Google on the various botany sites, and this is going to be a lot of fun to create, simply because the pods don't hang down like a walnut would or a pecan would or an almond, etc. would. The pods can point straight up, out at an angle, off to the side, sometimes downward. It just all depends on the tree and how the tree is groomed and pruned. So enough of my babbling. If you want to follow this project, join my Patreon account. I have 2 tiers, and some of this information I'll be publishing in both of the tiers, and then some of the information like my notes, my thoughts, etc., some of the more extreme experimentations will be in the highest paid tier. So that's what you got to look forward to. Occasionally I'll post teasers on YouTube and on Instagram, but pretty much everything will be in my Patreon account from here on out for this project. So I hope you join me. I would look forward to interacting with you, sharing thoughts with you. I might even do a live stream here if I can get this yard stream thing figured out. A lot of the videotaping has changed in the last 5-6 years since I stopped doing videotaping and live streams. Some of you have been around long enough to remember an outfit called Ustream, and then they closed, and then they got bought out by another company, and so I'm looking at maybe either going back with that original setup. It's not called Ustream anymore, or possibly Yardstream. And there's also the potential for doing Zoom meetings and that sort of thing. We'll be figuring it out. I might put a poll up and ask you guys what your preferences are, especially if you're international. I realize that some of these streaming services are a lot easier to access internationally than they are for those of us who are just in the States. So anyway, have a great afternoon. It's gorgeous outside. Go out, take some notes, do some sketching, and I'll see you all on the flip side.